Hey everyone, Jason from Bodyworks Physio here again today with Leah Marmulla, who's just released a great new book, What the Mind Sees, the Body Feels, Creates and Attracts. So Leah's a medically trained author and dietitian. So I've asked her today to ask a few questions. So Leah, I noticed when I read this book, a lot of the content seems devoted to the impact of thoughts and emotions on our health. So obviously these can have a massive impact as much as what we eat and what we exercise.
Oh, absolutely. Because if you think about why do we actually choose what we choose to eat? Where does it actually come from? Is it what we expect we should be having, or is it because we're having a bad day with some comfort foods to make ourselves feel good? And where did you actually learn that behaviour? Was it when you were a child and your mum gave you sweets to make you feel better, like you fell over, you cut your knee, and she goes, "Oh, come and have a lolly. Come sit on my lap. Let's put a Band-Aid on it. Here's your lolly to make yourself feel a bit better." So where do we actually learn these ideas? And then the media is a big part of it going into the teenage years. The peer pressure to be thin, beautiful, sexy, hunky, gorgeous, whatever, that self-belief stuff. And so we always want to feel good about ourselves, but we need external validation. So there can be a huge gap between what we think we are and that constant search to be what we're told to be. So that emotional stuff is often about choosing healthy food versus unhealthy foods or actions, and it's the driving force.
You can go along in life without even knowing that you're making those choices. Like it's an unconscious thing, so that those emotions and that are controlling your actions without you realizing it.
Oh, very much so. Like out here, I have a lot of the older population, as you can imagine, and I just had a conversation with this lady who was in her 60s, almost 70, going, "Oh, I'm so big, I'm so fat, and so ugly, blah, blah, blah." And she was telling me what she does and go, "Okay, well, when was the first time you did that?" And we were able to take her right back to her childhood and going, "Yes, Sunday roast had dessert. Tuesday night was this. When we had that food, that meant that." And looking at the associations that her family had created, now she's living out because that's just what you do. And not that they're bad choices, it was just that the high energy, high, kilojoule products, not the healthiest for her condition now. So once we started unraveling that, it was just going, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." And she goes, bang, fixed almost, not quite, but she was able to make better choices for better reasons.
Acknowledge it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so from reading the book, I see you've invested a lot of yourself into researching and writing it. So have you used these techniques personally to help yourself?
Yes, definitely. So there was a period of time, I think I've calculated about 10 years of the valley time, the deep, dark soul stuff where I had to really look at my own issues and make changes. I had to choose to make the change to get out of the valley because I really didn't like this dark space. So all the exercise and activities and the theory part of change and looking at beliefs actually is first-hand experience and exploration as to what I could have done. During that dark time, I did develop food intolerances. I did have a cancer scare. I, was also diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, which is the autoimmune one. So this valley was really a challenging space, which then was the catapult to me different because I wanted to be different. I had to be different because otherwise I wouldn't be here. So it really was an exploration of what I could do. And now I'm passing on to others so help they can also get different choices.
And I think the great thing is because of your background as a dietitian, like a university trained dietitian, you've got such a science background to everything. So you've made sure that what you're saying in here is backed up by research. It's not just something you've Googled.
Google is my friend too.
Google helps. We don't want, all.
No, it's not all woo-woo, airy-fairy stuff. There is, lots of psychology, like proven psychology theory, lots of CBT, food intolerance stuff. It's actually based on the RPA's version of their elimination diet. So it really is, like you said, in snippets of different places from reputable sources. And then what I've used firsthand on myself and used with my clients and gotten success. And then now branching into hypnotherapy as a true modality of change. I've been trained in that for years, but now I'm really starting to practice it. And the results are phenomenal. Really, really amazing stuff. So it's really exciting.
So if anybody would like to grab Leah's book, It's going to be available from Booktopia. So the links will be down below this video, as well as Leah's website. If you want to work with Leah one-on-one, I'm actually in Newcastle. Leah's in Broken Hill, 14 hours away. So modern technology, you can work with people anywhere. So once again, the book, What the Mind Sees, the Body Feels, Creates and Attracts by Leah Marmulla. Thanks so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
Face-to-face.
Yeah, I'm in your lounge room, your office, whatever it is back there.
And if you want to find out more information, straight below, there's also a link to a massive video that me and Leah have done that went much more in depth to everything we've talked about here today. So thanks, Leah, and we'll talk to you later.
Fantastic. Thank you. Talk to you later.